Hi everyone, welcome to the second section of this tutorial. In the previous section, we installed Tableau and built basic charts using a single data source. In this section, we'll try to add an additional data source and try to create a combined chart using both the data sources. In order to establish new connection, we have to go back to the data source section and add a new connection. So I have created another CSV file called audience, which maps the target audience with the TV ratings. Once we select the file, the connection gets established and we can also see the table available below. In order to join the new table with the existing table, it has to be drag and dropped. Once dropped, we see that there is an error in the mapping or joining. This is because we haven't notified the mapping fields. Since this new table was prepared on ratings, we have to map ratings from Netflix shows CSV to ratings in audience. So once a relationship is established, we see that connection is strong, and then we can move on to create a new worksheet. So now once we create a new worksheet, we can see that the new table audience.csv is also available for us to for our work area. Let's try to create a tree map based on audience. So we have audience here, and I'm pulling the content count and developing a tree map. So here the tree map shows majority of content is available for adults. Let's try to label the specific contents. So we are adding a label here again from the count, and the label we are adding again a percentage total, which we have done already. Now this shows a totality of the contents that are available in Netflix. Let's add production country as a color filter. Now this tree map is highly congested, and we can see that each color denotes a particular country. This will become evident when we move on and build a dashboard. Right now, let's keep this chart as it is. So let's say audience tree map. Let's create a new field based on the score. So we have something called the IMDb score, and let's see what is the range. So we can say that if we click average, we see an average of 6.5 as a score, and IMDb score ranges from 0 to 10. So let's try to create a new field called review. So in order to create a new field, we can always go to the table section and right click and create a new field. Let's create something called review, and let's say if my IMDb score is less than or equal to 6.5, then I consider the review to be bad. If my IMDb score is greater than 6.5 and IMDb score is less than 8, then average. Else if IMDb score is greater than or equal to 8, then good, else null, end. So as you type, we can see that it shows calculation contains errors, and we also have the error term because good has to be referenced as a string. So we have referenced as string and the calculation is valid. So let's create this new field. So now we have a new dimension field called review. Let's try to use this review and find out how the movies and the contents, especially TV shows and movies, are distributed across different months and what is a review as per IMDb. Let us take the field called month added, and then let's add the total content of shows. So now we see that most of those shows don't have data, but still we can exclude the nulls, and we'll quickly focus on non-null values for this chart. So if we see, it's clear that content have been huge during April, June, and October. Now let's see how the content has been reviewed, or what is the response from IMDb and the users. So I can add this review as a color. Now what I see is a stacked bar chart which shows the distribution of average, bad, and good content across different months. Let me keep it as content month stacked. Now let's jump on to the first section, which is content rating. Already we saw something called filters, which is based on movies. So we tried to add that in duration, where we selected only movies. Let's have one more filter based on production country. So I'm adding a filter called production country, and the moment we add, it gives a prompt window, and then it asks us what kind of filter has to be done. Earlier we chose movie. The field which is selected will get filtered, and the data will get populated accordingly. Now let's select all. This now includes the entire data, and there is an option by which we can use this filter as a as a drop down or a front end for a front end visualization. So the moment we right click the filter and click show, it shows the filter as one of the buttons available in the chart. On the right, we see the different countries with checkboxes, and there are different options by which we can have this button. Let's select single value drop down. So by single value drop down, we can select one particular country. So let's select China. So by this way, we can modify the graph for the particular country. Right now we have 6 different charts populated, and we have one filter which is added to the first chart. Now there is a special option by which we can have this filter across all the charts that are using the same data source. So if we right click on the filter and apply to worksheets, and the moment we click all using this data source, the entire chart which we prepared, all the charts which we prepared, get filtered by the specific country which we have here. Let's see the tree map which we built for different countries. Now we can see that it is filtered only for China. So these are the different options and filters that are available for individual charts. Let's see how we can format and beautify an existing chart. So for example, let me take this particular audience tree map. So this tree map has a title, and in order to edit a title, you can click and edit the title directly. Title audience distribution, and I can use it as any other text formatting. So now I see that the title has been edited, and here I see the percentage is been rounded off to 2 decimals, but if we want to remove all the decimals, still I can go back to that particular field. So this corresponds to the label here. We can right click and format, and once we format, it has lots of options. Let's focus on the percentage format alone. So now we can see the formatting is happened. In similar way, we can make changes to each and every graph, and then finally add it to a dashboard.